She told an old black man to move because she didn't think he belonged there. But just minutes later, the pilot stopped the entire flight. And what he did left everyone in shock. This is a story you'll never forget. Move. You don't belong in this seat. The woman's voice cut through the quiet hum of the airplane cabin like a blade. All eyes turned toward the aisle where an elderly black man sat calmly in his assigned seat, wearing a Navy veteran cap. He looked up, confused, as the well-dressed passenger insisted he was in the wrong place. Passengers nearby exchanged awkward glances, unsure of what was happening. The man, quiet and composed, simply said, "This is my seat." The woman scoffed, calling over a flight attendant and demanding that he be moved. "He probably snuck up to first class," she muttered, loudly enough for others to hear. The flight attendant checked the ticket, then looked back at the woman and calmly replied, "Ma'am, he is indeed in the correct seat." Unimpressed, the woman rolled her eyes and returned to her seat, grumbling under her breath. But what happened next shocked the entire plane. Minutes later, the pilot himself walked down the aisle and stopped next to the old man's seat. The cabin went silent. He looked at the veteran, stood at attention, and saluted him with the utmost respect. "Sir," the pilot said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "on behalf of this crew and every passenger on board, I want to thank you for your service." Gasps and whispers filled the cabin. The woman who had tried to remove him sank low in her seat, her face red with embarrassment. The pilot continued, "This man is a decorated war hero. He's flown missions that made it possible for all of us to be here today. He doesn't need to move. He deserves every ounce of our respect." A wave of applause erupted. Passengers stood up, clapping, some with tears in their eyes. The elderly man simply nodded and said, "Thank you. I was just doing my duty." In that moment, everyone on that flight was reminded, respect isn't about where you sit. It's about what you've stood for. Subscribe.